All right. What if I told you that there is a system so powerful, it can turn any coach into a high ticket client magnet virtually overnight? Whether you're struggling to fill your calendar or you're stuck in a constant cycle of burnout, this system has been designed to not only attract clients, but make you rich while also giving you back your time and your freedom. And it works even if you're just starting out or you're already an established coach. But before we dive in, let me take you back a few years. I was just like you, an expert in my field, passionate about helping people, but constantly chasing clients. I was working 12, 14-hour days, posting on social media without any results, and lowering my price just to get clients through the door. I was exhausted, I was undervalued, and barely making ends meet. Does this sound familiar? Then what happened was I hit a breaking point. I knew something had to change if I wanted to stay in the game, let alone grow. I spent months and months and months and months studying systems used by the most successful coaches, successful entrepreneurs, and I found the missing piece. A system that runs like clockwork that attracts clients who are ready to invest and builds a steady stream of income without that grind. So, today I'm going to share that system with you. So, let's start off with part one. Okay. The power of consistency and predictability. So, here's the first thing you need to understand. Success in coaching is about creating a predictable and repeatable process. I'm just going to say that again. If you want to succeed as a coach in your coaching business, in your business that, helps people solve a problem, it's about creating predictable and repeatable processes. The most successful coaches don't rely on chance or luck or referrals or endless social media posts to get clients. They don't do cold calling, that kind of stuff. It just that's not reliable. They have systems that generate leads, nurture those leads, and convert them into paying clients consistently. And they do it on autopilot with automation. And now here's where most coaches get stuck. Okay, you're probably relying on manual efforts to find clients, maybe posting every day on Instagram or Facebook, trying to grow your likes and your followers, so that you can get clients. Networking endlessly and constantly worrying where your next client is coming from. You have maybe some good months and some bad months, but there's no steady flow and it's exhausting, right? So just imagine this for a second. Waking up to find new client leads already on your calendar or in your inbox, however you receive them. Uh Automated follow-up emails and texts have already gone out and your calendar is full of those discovery calls all while you slept. Okay, that's the power of a predictable system, a predictable process. It removes the guesswork so you know exactly where your next client is coming from. And what does this look like really in practice is it starts with setting up a lead generation system that works behind the scenes, right? You might call it a funnel or whatever. But it's a lead generating system. It's strategic. It's predictable. Okay. And it just works behind the scenes to guide people from looking for you to finding you, calling you, and paying you. We use an automated marketing funnel. Okay. So when a potential client shows interest, they're automatically guided through a journey that introduces them to you. It builds trust with you and eventually encourages them to book a call. And this can, happen really quickly. Okay. The system does the heavy lifting so that you don't have to manually follow up or consistently post to get that attention. So think about this for a second. Without this kind of system, you'll be really just spinning your wheels. You'll feel like a hamster on a wheel. You'll continue with this feast and famine cycle. One month you're fully booked, the next you're scrambling. Next month you're fully booked, maybe you're good for 2 months and then you go 2 or 3 months without anything. So with this predictable process, your income stabilizes and actually goes up. And you can focus on what you really do best, and that's coaching and transforming lives, right? Making that impact. So the second critical piece to this system is learning how to attract high ticket clients, the ones who really value your expertise and are ready to invest. Now, here's a common mistake for most coaches make. Okay. You're undercharging for your services. You think that lowering your prices will attract more clients, but what it actually does is the opposite. And here's the truth. Okay. Clients who pay more get better results. They're more committed. They take your advice seriously. They show up. They respect your time and expertise. And the key here is really positioning yourself as a premium service provider. So when you charge high ticket prices, you're no longer selling just your time. You're not trading your time for money. You're not trading those hours for dollars. You're selling the transformation that you bring to people's lives. You get them that result that they're looking for. And let me tell you, there are clients out there who are willing to pay for that transformation. They just need to believe that you are the one to deliver that for them. So this is where your offer comes into play. Your offer needs to be irresistible. It should solve a very specific problem for your ideal client, and it should also position you as the obvious solution. So when your offer is clear, when it speaks directly to their pain points and their desires, you won't have to convince anyone. They're they'll already be sold on the idea of working with you. So how do you make your offer irresistible? You need to focus on the results and the outcomes. You're not just offering another generic coaching package. You're offering a clear, specific solution to their biggest problem. And here's the best part is that when you offer high ticket packages, you don't need a huge number of clients to hit your income goals. You can work with fewer people, but make way more money while delivering higher value to your clients. And at the end of the day, high ticket clients aren't looking for the cheapest coach. They're looking for the one who can deliver the biggest transformation. And that's where you come in. And I had this one client she's an expert at what she does. And she was charging, $60 an hour to her clients. And she was at it for about a year and a half. And she had a hard time. She had a hard time getting clients, first of all. She barely had any in the year and a half. And then second of all, she couldn't get them to show up to help them to do the work, right? Because it was just like, oh, $60 an hour. Maybe I'll go today, maybe I won't. Then 3 weeks into working with me, she had her first $3,000 client. And it was because after we worked together, she got really clear on how to communicate the value effectively. And then also her clients would actually show up and do the work because they had a vested interest. So they got the outcome that they really ultimately wanted, and they got it in record time because they showed up, they did the work, they were committed, they were serious, right? When you pay a premium like that, you're going to want to get your money's worth, most likely, right? I mean, there's still some people that still won't show up, but for the most part, they're going to show up, they're going to listen to you just like we're talking about here, and get that result, right? And how much more fulfilling and satisfying is it when that happens? But you can't get them the result if they don't show up, right? Anyway, um, let's move on to the next thing, which is automate and scale. Okay, this is part 3. So once you've got the foundation in place, that a predictable system and high ticket offer, now it's time to scale, right? And the secret to scaling isn't working harder or adding any more additional hours to your day. It's automation. So let me ask you, how much of your day is spent on tasks that could be automated? Following up with leads, scheduling calls, sending onboarding materials. These are all things that can and should be automated. Why? Because when you automate these tasks, you free up time to focus on the higher impact work, like delivering the results to your clients. And here's the beauty of automation is that it allows you to scale without burning out. So you don't have to be involved in every single detail with the right automation tools and the right systems. New leads get onboarded, nurturing sequences go out, follow-ups happen, and your calendar gets booked, all while you're focused on your coaching and growing your business. So you want to think of automation as kind of like your silent business partner. It's doing the work in the background, allowing your business to grow even when you're not actively working. Um, you don't have to be available 24/7 because your systems are working for you. And as your business grows, you'll be able to take on more clients without sacrificing your time or your sanity. And I mean, you can even automate a lot of your business systems too, a lot of the deliverables as well. A lot of people think I have to do everything one on one. I have to do everything in person. I have to do every task to get that result. But that's something I also help my clients with is we take a look at what are the things that could be automated within their delivering of, to still get the same, if not a better result. So let me break this down for you even further. Like just imagine having an automated system that sends out the personalized emails, books calls, and even schedules the follow-ups without you lifting a finger. Like how much time would you save on that? How much time would that save you now? Right. And now imagine scaling that system to handle hundreds of leads every single month, all while you focus on delivering just top-notch coaching to your clients. And that's really the power of automation. And it's really the final piece to building a business that not only makes you rich, but it gives you back your freedom, right? Because it's one thing to make a ton of money. It's another thing to have the time to enjoy it, right? Like, what's the point of making a ton of money if you don't have the time to enjoy it and you're exhausted all the time? So if you're still doing everything manually, you're leaving a ton of money and time on the table. And the coaches who hit the six figures, seven figures, they don't do it all by themselves. They have systems that allow them to scale effortlessly. And once they understand how to get those results for themselves, they can then go and hire people to execute things around the systems. But you can't if you don't get the results for yourself, you can't go and hire somebody else to do it because um, what happens if they disappear? What happens if they get sick or something, right? Then you're back at square one if they're doing it all for you and you don't know how to do it yourself. So it's really important to know how to do it yourself, and then you can hire, train, delegate, and follow up with those team members or whatever you want to call them, the people that can help execute the other things for you when you get to that level. So anyway, in conclusion, there you have it. It's a system that makes any coach rich. And we talked about creating a predictable and repeatable process to ensure that steady income, how to position yourself to attract high ticket clients, and how to automate, how automation can take your business to that next level. But here's the thing, I can only explain so much in one video. So if you're serious about building a business that gives you financial freedom while making a massive impact, I want to invite you to take that next step. Okay. I've put together a free training where I walk you through in detail how to implement these systems in around what you're doing in your own specific business, because every business is a little bit different. You'll learn how to attract the high ticket clients consistently, how to automate your processes, and how to scale your coaching business to 6 or 7 figures. So if you're ready to stop hustling and start thriving, then click the link here and gain access. It'll either be in the comments or the description or both to come and join the training, right? It's a masterclass. It's a masterclass with details that are going to really shift the way you think, give you so much clarity around your business. If you're feeling stuck or you're feeling frustrated or you're feeling like you're that spinning your wheels, or if you're exhausted because you're doing everything all yourself, this is your chance to finally create that business and that life that you've always dreamed of. So get in there and look at all the details and get clarity around how you can do this for yourself. So anyway, I'm Heather Blaze. Have a great day. I will see you next time.